Rene Ramos. I've been with the Sheriff's Office almost 10 years. I'm part of detention services at Falkenberg Road Jail. I was looking for discipline through high school. When I wanted to join the military, I chose the Marine Corps because, one, I thought it was the toughest, and I wanted the discipline and the challenge that the Marine Corps would give us and give me and my friends that went in at the same time. I was an infantryman, more specifically I was a mortarman, and I enjoyed the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps was very challenging, the discipline that it provided and the camaraderie, which was the biggest thing, was the camaraderie that you have with other Marines. When I was getting out, that's something I was looking at when I was transitioning from the military life to civilian life, because it is quite different, was that camaraderie and that discipline, and that's what the Sheriff's Office provided. The discipline and the responsibility and integrity that the military had, it transitions very well to law enforcement life, because with law enforcement life we have to be disciplined and our integrity is utmost, because the citizens of Hillsborough County have to be able to trust in us, and that transition was flawless. I mean, it was, or should I say, seamless. I mean, there was no difference in the two. The way I hold myself accountable for doing things and the whole way I hold my staff accountable for doing things is kind of what what I got from the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps instilled in me discipline, respect, integrity. Just the core values that the Marine Corps instilled in me is something that I brought with me to the Sheriff's Office. Currently I'm a supervisor at Falkenberg in the confinement area, is where all the inmates that can't be in other areas for different reasons, where they're violent, high profile, whatnot, and they're special details, so we make sure we segregate them. I watch them, and I supervise the deputies that watch them. The hiring process was a little bit different than it is now. When I knew I was processing out, I went ahead and applied here at the Sheriff's Office and a few other law enforcement agencies. And then once you go through all the different testing and the application process and interviews and lie detector tests and whatnot, and you actually get hired on, you go through an academy. Similar to what happened, or current cadets go through. Same amount of time. Now the process is a little bit different, and you go through a SOT program, or a Sheriff's orientation training, which is it's a little bit more like a boot camp, but it basically is to instill discipline as well and to indoctrinate individuals to the Sheriff's Office. It's definitely a great career. There's so many different things that you can do in law enforcement. I'm from the detention side of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, but there's so much that I've done. I've actually been assigned to the training division, where I served there nearly 3 years. I trained brand new cadets in the SOT program. I've traveled all over the state picking up individuals that were being arrested. It's not like you're just going to be in one area. There's so many opportunities. If you're on the law enforcement side of the house, there is definitely a lot of opportunities that you can do there, and you can transition to different things that you may like. So it definitely, there's so many opportunities at the Sheriff's Office that other agencies probably do not have. The camaraderie and discipline, and if that's something an individual wants, they definitely can get it here. There's no other, employment in the civilian sector for individuals getting out of the military that you're going to get that camaraderie. It really is like a family here. It doesn't matter if you're in law enforcement, if you're in detention, if you're in the civilian side of Hillsborough County. We are one big family, and that's evident when something, traumatic happens within the family. You see everybody coming together, and in civilian sector, you don't see that very often. In the private side, when you see individuals, you don't see them come together as a family like we do here, and that's a big thing, at least in my book it is. Corporal Rene Ramos, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. To serve and protect, knows no borders.